الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على المبعوث رحمة للعالمين وبعد. This is a different kind of video. I wrote articles about the same topic, but La ilaha illallah Muhammadur Rasulullah. My name is Jalal Abualrub. Bihamdillah Azza wa Jal, I started my journey with da'wah in Europe 1979. The first time I gave khutbah, I was 19 years old to 500 people. And since then, Allah knows how many khutbah, al-Jumu'ah, classes, trips to hundreds of masajids in America, masajid in America. Alhamdulillah ta'ala, about 40 different states. I visited more than 20 different countries. So, alhamdulillah ta'ala, we did a lot of traveling, hoping that inshallah we will be sincere for the sake of Allah, asking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to benefit us from what we try to do for the religion, for the sunnah. And those who are until now, and those who helped us before, perform these trips and do these trips. And mashallah ta'ala, I visited so many brothers and sisters, communities that call to the sunnah. I can't count, how many. So it's a different kind of video here. The title is What's Wrong with Jalal Abualrub? Here is a journey of from 1990 until 2023 April, this month. 1990, I was in Dubai. I was giving classes in khutbah at a masjid, a small masjid there. I gave classes in English, khutbah in Arabic, alhamdulillah. Some brothers from the bigger masajid used to come attend my class, and my khutbah is about Tawheed, Allahu Akbar, alhamdulillah, Muhammadur Rasulullah, about Tawheed al-Asma'i wa Sifat, Tawheed al-Rububiyyah, Tawheed al-Ilahiyyah, the Sunnah, the Sahaba. This is our this is our goal in life, to convey information about these aspects. And after months of giving khutbah and people attending, some of the people who attended my khutbah, a number of them, visited me in my house in Dubai. One of them studied in Medina. The others, they're good brothers, educated, but so they came, and the guy who was a graduate of Medina started speaking. And while he's speaking, he realized that he was being a jerk. We heard that you and your wife are actually Christian missionaries, came to Dubai to spread Christianity. So his face, I was looking. I said, all this talk about Tawheed al-Uluhiyyah, al-Asma' wa Sifat, defending the religion, asking Allah to help Muslims all over the world, and talking about some crimes of the Christians and about their religion and the Jews. And he calling me a Christian missionary. It's that woman who said that. I said, that woman, very well, she's a suspicious woman, and she's spreading lies about any Muslim who's doing anything there. So, but he was like, literally, he was, in the end, I said, I'm teaching you you prayed behind me. Ya Habibis, again, you prayed behind me. What is wrong with you? Okay? So they apologized, they whatever. I said, okay, forgive you, just ma'asalam, go home. In April, just a few days ago, at a masjid that I gave khutbah and classes, they said to each other, a few of them, and the majority of them did not participate, I know that for a fact, but a few of them, they claimed that I'm actually a Christian. And they brought an ayah and they claim that what I said means that Maryam is a god. The whole lecture, you can find it on my YouTube channel for a minute, an hour, 15 minutes, talking about Isa alayhi salam and his mother alayhi salam, and what the Christians say, refuting them, Tawheed, La ilaha illallah, Muhammadur Rasulullah, the ayat of the Quran. And they took a segment that doesn't mean what they said, because as I learned after, they don't even speak English, but the people who spoke English listened to that segment and they said, oh, well, yeah, maybe he's saying that Maryam is a god. You just made me a kafir, yeah, people. Yeah, people, you just made me a kafir. So 1990, 2023, what has changed? Hasad? Yeah, it is a hasad. He keeps talking about his books. None of your business. You invite me here. You don't dictate to me what I say. However, you can tell me we're having an issue with this topic. Please, don't talk about it now. We'll take your advice later. Okay, alhamdulillah, I don't want to cause fitna. I just gave khutbah about Tawheed. I gave a class about Tawheed, and then you come and tell me after you prayed behind me that I'm a Christian. Now, in between, so many stories. Some people are telling me maybe you should write a book. It's going to be this big. 1979 to 2023. Some of the masajid I went to, I taught at length. And when I went to that city, I started, alhamdulillah, giving classes in my house. A brother who was teaching some group of people, his students left him and came to me. I had no idea. In fact, I think he was happy in the beginning. Later, somebody told me, okay, he was okay with that, but it looks like it built up something here. I didn't do anything. If you can't teach them sufficient information about the religion, and I can, alhamdulillah, it's just the religion. The religion benefits, not me or you. So we went to Dubai to, promote some project for a masjid. It didn't work. We came back. So he said to me, he said about me, Dubai gave Jalal Abualrub $6 million. Wait a minute, I'm not the $6 million imam. I can guarantee you. So I came back there, and some of them believed it. So I said several things, different things to people. Like I said to some of them, can you ask him where the money is? Because I can't find it. If I get that money, I'm going to build a masjid, a da'wah center, books for free, hire some imams and respect them, let them teach. Some other person, I said, if I had $6 million, would I be living in this house? I told somebody else, if I had $6 million, you wouldn't be able to reach the secretary of my secretary to arrange a meeting with me. Another guy who visited me when I was in Kentucky, living on a farm that belonged to a Muslim family. He saw how small the house is, and every time a guest comes, I take time from working on my books, but I wanted my children to have a good time, alhamdulillah. So he goes back to that town, and he believed the $6 million story. Until today, I don't have that money. So if anybody knows where the money was sent, please tell me, because as much as I know, if a Muslim country gave me $6 million, it's not haram. Is that haram? It's not bad? No. But it's not only the $6 million. Also, some closed, what they call it, chat group or whatever it is. They were talking to each other, and they were attacking me about my last name, Abualrub. Another person whose last name I thought was Palestinian, I'm not going to say it, maybe it's a fake name, I don't know. he was sent me messages. Fear Allah. Why are you calling yourself the father of Rabb? That chat group said this man, he calls himself the father of the Rabb, and he calls his wife Allah. La ilaha illallah. First of all, my name is Abualrub. Even if I don't put Dhamma and Shadda on the Ra, use your brain or whatever you have left of your brain and read it right. What's wrong with you? Yeah, people, what's wrong with you? Abualrub. You think Rabba only comes in Rab? It's in the Quran. What about the Ribbiyun? The plural, Ribbiyun. The person, one person is Ribbi. Why can't you read it? Why don't you read it Rabbi? Because if you do, you might get slapped by somebody. Then no, it's not. It's Ribbi, Ribbiyuna. So the Ra and Ba, we have a combination of Tashkil. Rabb, La ilaha illallah, Muhammadur Rasulullah. Rib, Rub, they have different meanings. Why your mind is so close that you go to that direction and then you call, but that's not my name anyway. You see, Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam used to say in battle, أنا النبي لا كذب أنا ابن عبد المطلب. I am the Nabi. I'm saying the truth. It's not a lie. I am the son of Abdul Muttalib. Who's Al Muttalib? It's a person. Abd, the slave of Al Muttalib. Really? Yeah. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he didn't change the name of Abdul Muttalib because it's not his right to change it. You see, as I told that guy with a last name that sounds like Palestinian, really? You never heard about one of the largest families in Palestine? More than 60,000 people have the last name Abualrub. And it's not Abualrub, yeah, insan, yeah, human being, just for hasad. That man called me a Khawarij too, but just for hasad. You know, I can't change my last name. I explained to him, because if you change your father's name, if you ascribe yourself to other than your people, you commit an act of kufr. Okay? Whoever ascribes himself to other than his people will be acting like the kuffar. It doesn't mean that they leave the religion. It's like the actions of the kuffar. Faqad kafar, meaning will be committing an act of kufr. So I told him, no, I'm all my life I'm trying to stay away from kufr. I'm not going to change the name of my family, and this name is like more than 300 years old, and everybody, you know, uses the last name Abualrub. I never heard anybody until I was, you know, in my 30s telling me that your name is Abualrub. Anyway, so that chat group, they're saying he calls himself the father of Al-Rab. I didn't call myself. This is my family name. Yeah, people. Yeah, no Habibis. Because this land, there's so many Muslims claiming to follow some sheikh. And if you don't follow that sheikh, you're not a Salafi. You know? Remember that. My wife, her name is Ala on all of my books. You never heard of the Quran? فَبِأَيِّ آلَاءِ رَبِّكُمَا تُكَذِّبَانِ. It's not Allah. Yeah, people. La ilaha illallah. Let me give you a couple of other stories, because I've been through some. People called me a liar, called me a thief. Christian, 1990 until 2023. Yeah, I was once given a khutbah. Let me sit up. I was given a khutbah at the University of Miami decades ago. And I was talking about the Ahkamul Eid, the rulings for Eid, according to the Sunnah. Well, I was talking, and because, we have only like a half an hour to finish, because people need to go back to their classes. A man, I'm sorry to say he's Palestinian, I'm Palestinian, he stood up and did this. Do you see it? He thinks we're playing basketball. Like, time out. Then he started talking. There are people here who are Shia, people here who are Hanafis, Malikis, Sunni, this country, that country. You should give rulings according to every community and not tell us what you just told us, ayat and ahadith, whatever. He kept talking for maybe 5 minutes, and I was looking at him. When he finished, I continued the same sentence. He interrupted me when I was saying it. And he was like doing like this. Did this guy hear me? So he sat down. After the salah, he came to me and said, "Yo, I'm sorry." I said, "What's this? You think we're playing a game here? What's wrong with you?" And I teach the Quran and Sunnah. People still want to follow their madhab. I can't control that. But if I give a khutbah talking about what the Shias say and what the Sunnis say, and the Malikis and Hanafis and those whatever, we're going to take 4 hours. We don't have 4 hours. And I won't do it. Okay, mashallah, shukran, khutbah, nice khutbah. Okay. He left, and then he said, that man is a Jordanian spy. And some brothers told me, I said, I don't care, but correct him so he can say something that people can relate to. Tell him Jalal Abualrub lived in Kuwait. He didn't live in Jordan, so say he's a Kuwaiti spy. Others said that I take money from people and buy farms with the money. Let me end with this, because wallah, if I write a book about the accusations I got from people just for me trying to teach them the Sunnah, and they try to find mistakes in me. Well, I have mistakes too, just like you. I have never said I'm better than you. I have never said that, me, I don't make a mistake. You make a mistake. Are you crazy? I'm just teaching you the Sunnah, what Allah gave me of knowledge, whatever it is. And alhamdulillah, I've been teaching and teaching and teaching for 4 decades now. So one of the stories is this. I lived in Kentucky on a farm belonging to a Muslim family. I mentioned this a little ago, but that's a different story. So there is a major city close to us. I used to go there, went there dozens of times, teaching classes, alhamdulillah. Gave them my books, distributed many free books, sold many books. They bought many books and gave them away for free. The person who started this story about me had my books. He was selling my books. And we had a group from those people coming visiting us on the farm. Alhamdulillah, I enjoy being with the brothers, mashallah. They brought their family. We had a good time. They saw where I live, and they saw the owner of the farm. And so they go back after several trips. And then that man who's selling my books said, well, Jalal takes money from people, but he doesn't do books. And they believed him. They believed him. And he buys farms with the money. He has a farm in Kentucky. And these people believed him. So when they came back the next time, I said, Allah, I'm going to go. I'm tired. I'm going to go to the next house. And told them, that's my house. Is this my farm? No, it's for this brother. You have my books. I gave him my books. I gave him my books. I gave him my books. Yeah. So you saw the books. You saw my house that I rented, and I couldn't afford the rent, even it was very low, and the brother didn't ask for his money, But anyway, So you saw me, you see where I live, you see that it doesn't belong to me, you have my books. Then somebody comes and says, he takes money, he doesn't do books, and he owns a farm. Is this my farm? No. How is it you believe like this so fast, in such a stupid way? Idiocy is a disease, it seems. How can you believe that? How can you believe that? Even though you know who I am, where I live, you know my children. You know what? Some brothers keep telling me, and I have met so many good brothers and their families, mashallah, throughout the years. So many of them. So many of them keep in touch with me even after decades. And so many of them appreciate the effort I'm doing. It's just, this is what happened when you call to the Sunnah. Ibn Taymiyyah was called a kafir, Shaykh al-Islam. And before him, I don't want to mention two stories, but Shaykh al-Islam, that person, Ibn Battuta, who has these books about traveling. He traveled, in Africa, he traveled in Asia, and mentioned the cities he visited and all that stuff. That man is a liar. First, many scholars were disputing with him that did he really reach this area, that he was making up some stories. I don't know about that, but I know about a very clear lie, because he was a Sufi and he hated Ibn Taymiyyah for defending the religion. He says, when I came to Dimashq on this date, Ibn Taymiyyah was given the khutbah, and he said that Allah descends every night like I descend here on the minbar, and he came down the steps. Let me put the thinking pause. The date he gave, remember this, the date he gave, it's agreed upon the scholars and historians that Imam Ibn Taymiyyah was in jail. So how did you see Ibn Taymiyyah? Because he stayed in Dimashq for a certain period of time. The whole time Ibn Taymiyyah was in jail. How did you see Ibn Taymiyyah do the exact opposite of what he continually said? That when Allah descends, he doesn't descend like the creation. La ilaha illallah. So there's people who come and accuse me of all these things and all this stuff. What's the problem? Hasad is number one, as the brothers assure me. It's hasad. He's doing things I well, maybe, but it's also, it's stupid. It's stupid. How can you tell me I have $6 million? You see me living like this, where is the money? How can you tell me I'm a Christian after I told you Tawheed, Tawheed, Tawheed? Let me finish with this story. I keep saying let me finish with this, but let me finish with this. So there was, in the 80s, there was an Egyptian Sheikh, Muhammad Kishk. He was very famous and popular, especially among the youth, because the way he spoke, he encouraged the people to, pray and fast and say things. But that Sheikh, he studied at Al-Azhar, but he was confused about many issues that I don't agree with, and he's dead, yarhamuhullah, but really he inspired so many people, and he was then put in jail and, then died a few years after. But so many people were inspired by him, but because he said many things that are not accurate, mistakes, also many people took those ideas. May Allah forgive him. So many people benefited from him. So I used to listen to him, especially after Salah. He actually sits and talks, light meeting, about these things. And he would say, he was very funny. He would say jokes. They would laugh. Two jokes. I'm going to finish with the second. I'm trying to finish with the second, inshallah. The first one, he says that there was a demonstration in Cairo, and that the Minister of Awqaf during their time, or Shaykh al-Azhar, I don't know, I don't want to mention names, came in public and said that Muhammad Kishk incited a demonstration and he led the demonstration driving his own car. Where is the joke? Where is the joke? He was blind. He didn't have Tesla. They didn't drive without a driver. He was blind. He was a'ma. But the blindness, as Allah says, it's not the blindness of the eyes. That's just for this life. It's temporary. It's the blindness in the heart. So he accused him of leading a demonstration, driving his car. It's famous that Muhammad Kishk was blind. And he was patient with that. He never complained about it. So the joke here, the end that I end with, is that Sheikh inspiring so many people and talking about Tawheed and, you know, defending the religion against Christians and what the Coptic people say and this and that and Tawheed and La ilaha illallah. Man al-Malik, Allah. I didn't like that aspect, but he would be saying Man al-Malik, they would say Allah. Man al-Qahhar, Allah. In Jum'ah, that's not a good thing. I'm just saying that this is his belief. So a man came to him. He said, a man came to me a few nights ago and said to me, Sheikh, I have learned that you are a Christian. And Muhammad Kishk, you know, spoke to him in the, you know, everyday Egyptian language. Yabni hatsallabni le. My son, why do you want to crucify me? Yabni hatsallabni li. I've been teaching you for years Tawheed, La ilaha illallah, Rububiyyah, Uluhiyyah, and you're telling me I'm a Christian? So I got it twice. I ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to give us all, wallah, including myself, sincerity, and to keep us away from hasad, and to make us truthful in statement, action, and in the heart. Walhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen.